What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TLEV Horror. My name is Mystery, and today we will be talking all about Halloween Horror Nights. Now we'll be talking about both events because both events has had some major news come out. Now before I go any further in this video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel and you love horror and horror events, this is the channel for you. So I'm going to start off by talking about Universal Orlando with their newest announcements for HHN 30. Yes, that is correct. They will be doing HHN 30 this year for 2021. Now because of last year's 2020 season being basically canceled, they are doing all of the 30th anniversary this year in 2021. The event will start on September 3rd and will be going until October 31st. Now the dates for this event is very interesting to me because it will be going from Wednesdays to Sundays each week. Now there is one week on the 26th that they will be holding HHN on a Tuesday. Now it does seem like the season's a little shorter, but maybe I'm not used to Orlando's season. You guys let me know in the comment section down below, because I know for us out here in Hollywood, it usually ends in November, but also it is starting September 3rd for you guys. That is probably the earliest that HHN has ever started, maybe even earlier. I don't know the exact history, but that is pretty early to me. Now, of course, all of this was announced by the one and only Beetlejuice. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Beetlejuice will be coming back this year to host HHN 30. Now, if you haven't seen the announcement video, here it is right now.
In the history of Halloween Horror Nights, there has never been a creature more terrifying, more horrifying. From the darkest depths beyond the grave.
It's showtime!
It's a ghoulish haunted house featuring the ghosts with the most. Beetlejuice. Only at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights.
About time you losers gave me my own house.
Now this looks like a lot of fun. I know that they had the maze last year. You know, basically, it wasn't a full-on maze that we're used to, but they did have it in Orlando where you could see the scenic scenes of Beetlejuice, and probably will be incorporated into this upcoming maze, or house as you guys call it, on the East Coast. Now this is very exciting because Beetlejuice is such a strong character to probably bring back for Halloween Horror Nights, especially a lot of people missed out on the maze in 2020. Now what does this mean for the other mazes in Orlando? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back the Tooth Fairy and Bride of Frankenstein, since those were also there in 2020. Again, they were not full scares, and they were it was more like to see what the mazes would look like. So I wouldn't be surprised if they bring it back and they add even more to the mazes. Now, a lot of people are disappointed when they're thinking about those mazes coming back, but you gotta remember, not everyone was able to attend in 2020. Like us, for instance, we weren't able to attend in 2020, but announcing it this year for 2021, TLEV Media and TLEV Horror will be at HHN 30. Of course, this is a year that we cannot miss because it is the 30th anniversary. This has been planned to be celebrated back in 2020, and sadly it could not. So we're super excited to be able to attend. We don't have the exact date, but we are thinking going opening day. We don't know for sure yet, but it's so early in the season that might as well go opening day. Let me know what you guys think about HHN 30 coming this year, starting September 3rd. Beetlejuice will be there. Do you think that the mazes that people got back in 2020 and like the HHN Light are coming back this year also? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Now to quickly mention, since the pandemic will still sort of be around in September and stuff like that, COVID will not be gone yet. this probably means that masks will still probably be required. I wouldn't be surprised if they put the plexiglass between the scare actors and the people walking through the maze, as they did in 2020 over there. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, there's footage, or not footage, but you could see it. I don't know if it will be as scary, but that's where the scare actors are gonna have to find another way to scare the audience. So, I'm excited. Now let's move on to HHN Hollywood, Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. Not much has been talked about for this event yet because we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't exactly know what's gonna happen over here in Hollywood, Universal Studios Hollywood. But there are some great signs coming out. For instance, just recently, John Murdy just tweeted that he is back on the team. He has been rehired at Universal Studios. If you guys don't remember, last season he was furloughed with a bunch of people who work at HHN and Universal Studios, and now they are all coming back. Now the reason for that right now is because we are noticing the parks are starting to open up. With the first park being Disneyland announcing that they will be opening up on April 30th, I wouldn't be surprised that other theme parks will follow. Yes, we have all the taste events right now, so that's probably what they're waiting for until to make an announcement. And another great sign is that we are still seeing that the mazes are still up that were supposed to be at the event in 2020. Since the event was canceled, no mazes, nothing. But we can see that the mazes are still up. In a recent video that Josue just filmed for TLEV Media, he visited the Taste of Universal event and he got footage of the Mummy Q maze that is still up.
But that's not else. That's not the only thing that's being constructed down here. Is that HHN? Excuse me? Is that HHN? Is that the Mummy Queue being used for Halloween Horror Nights? Excuse me? Nani? That's totally HHN. You can't tell me that's not HHN, because that's totally HHN. What maze is that? Everybody in the comments, type down what you think this maze is. What is it? Answer me. Universal, I need answers.
There's also the Waterworld Q maze that is still up. So, keep your hopes up, I guess. I don't want to get your guys' hopes up, but all of that is still up there. Now, mazes-wise, what does this mean for our event? Well, I wouldn't be surprised that we get Beetlejuice to come to our event also. I wouldn't be surprised if Beetlejuice is a forefront for both events. So, we'll probably be seeing him a lot. Other than that, there's not much more for HHN Hollywood. Parks are opening up again, so they're probably going to see what they can do when the parks are open. What I think is going to happen with HHN Hollywood is, yes, the event will probably happen. However, it will not be an HHN that we are used to. I think we will get a smaller HHN so they can control it a lot more. Now, I wouldn't be surprised for both events, but mainly for Hollywood, that to enter this event, since it is a private company, a private place, you must have the vaccine. Now, this could be a huge loss to Universal, and maybe they won't try to push for that. But if we were to get a full size event, I would think that would be the route they go. So I'm really excited about this. Guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think? Will we be getting an HHN out here in Hollywood? Orlando, will you be attending HHN 30? Yeah, this is exciting news. Again, I don't want to get everyone's hopes up as we don't really have much to announce for Hollywood, but HHN 30 is coming out with a lot of information right now, so we will be touching on that information. For our event out here in Hollywood and Universal California, Universal Studios Hollywood, I wouldn't be surprised that it's going to come to the last minute where it will be a week or a month where boom, here's all the mazes, here is everything. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how they're going to do it for us. Alright, well that is all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Follow us on social media at TLEV Media all across the board. Support our channel at buymeacoffee.com. All of that stuff is in the description down below. With that being said, my name is Mr. E, and always remember, horror fans do it best. Stay safe out there, guys.